Oh, all right. So I'm gonna do a Call of Duty tier list. I saw the Actman try it out, so I figured, I'll give it a go. Now the first one I want to try out. Well, the thing is, here's my standpoint in the series. I really enjoy the Call of Duty series ever since Call of Duty 2, when I first played it on PC. I forget how old I was, but I'm a fan. I'm not that big of a fan of it. I honestly prefer the Battlefield series overall. But anyways, let's just get to it. First one, Call of Duty 1. Like I said, I've only played the second one, but just watching gameplay of it. I mean, this was the OG, but I never played it. Gotta put it on there. Call of Duty 2. Nostalgia. I actually just played it recently, last year, on Steam, and it was great. Um, I played it on veteran to the campaign, and I tried multiplayer if I could even find a server, but overall, actually, it didn't feel that bad for what it was back then. So I have to say I'll give it a B, C. I mean, it was my first one, and campaign was pretty good. Yeah. Well, I think it was the Russians, British, and the Americans. But I really enjoyed the Russian campaign. So I also had B. B. Call of Duty 3. I played this when I was a kid. I remember I did not like it at all. I'm sorry. I think the single player was kind of whack. Multiplayer was actually not bad, but I just remember not having a good time. So D. Uh, I know as you can see, it's not really an order, but it's just how the tier list was made. Um, Black Ops 2. The Black Ops 2's campaign was amazing. I got different routes, but it blew my mind. Blew my mind like how detailed, and I think they said it was like 15 different routes. I could be wrong, but I had a great time. But zombies, zombies was terrible. Having transit as the first map was fun with friends, but a letdown. So I'm sorry. I and found the gun mechanics. How's it that it's worse than the first game? Like Black Ops One looked better, sounded better, and was more detailed than this game. So what happened? What happened? Sorry, D tier. Call of Duty 4. Call of Duty 4. Man, man, man. I think this game was like was the spark for me. I really enjoyed this a little too much than I should have. Because I remember when the campaign came out, man, everyone was blown away. I think me and my friends played this non-stop in elementary school. We would just go over to my cousin's house and just play it on this PS3. But recently, I even including the remake, I didn't really play the remake as much. But going back from when it came out, oh yeah, definitely have to be S or A. I'm leaning towards the S because the campaign was great, the gunplay was good. I mean, it doesn't really look that great today, obviously, but going back to play with it, I'll have to give it an A tier. War at War. So War at War was interesting for me because I remember playing it. The only reason I wanted to play it is because I heard there were zombies. And during that time, I think I was only playing Left 4 Dead as a kid, if I remember correctly. That was like the only zombie games I really played. But then I heard that Call of Duty made this, and I was like, oh, I gotta try it out. I mean, it was really freaky. The campaign was okay. Um, it wasn't amazing, but it was definitely cool to see like you know, Reznov as a main character and him transition into the next game. But yeah, overall, I have to give an A tier. If I go back and play it, the campaign, I'm just gonna be like, nothing new. Alright, Advanced Warfare. Alright, so there's a lot of criticism with this, but I actually really enjoyed the campaign for this. I enjoyed it way more than I should have. I remember when my first playthrough, I was like, oh man, twist villain. But then obviously, you kind of knew it was happening. But I remember how detailed the campaign was, and how it wasn't very open, but it was open enough where I can actually do more than I usually can with COD games. Zombies was very different. It was really weird seeing them flying around in the game. Exosuits, I think, could have been used way better. I think the way how they used it was a little too much. The movement just didn't feel that as right. But at the same time, it was their first time trying this, so I had to give them props to that. But overall, I'm gonna say C tier, right in the middle. I enjoyed it, but I probably wouldn't play it again. Infinite Warfare, I really loved the campaign. I really did. I actually felt like I was playing like a Halo game. I didn't realize it was a Call of Duty game until I looked at the title. It kind of blew my mind how different this game was, especially since Ghost came out. Oh my gosh, that was a major disappointment. But I really think it doesn't really deserve the hate that it does. Zombies is actually pretty underrated. I have only played the first map, never played any of the DLC's maps. Mostly because I didn't want to buy it. I mean, when I got this game, it was like $8 at GameStop. But I think during the time when it did came out, I really didn't care for it. But when I played it recently last year, I was pleasantly surprised. But to be honest, the gunplay felt generic. Map design, not that great. It just felt like a normal COD game. So, D tier goes. Oh my goodness, what happened here? What happened here? Okay, I'm assuming that's Black Ops 3? Man, this is all over the place. Black Ops 3. Man. I did not play this game when it came out. I think I played it like a year after. I think I played this right before right before 4 came out, because I think during this time I was playing Battlefield 1 most of the time, and that game blew me away. But I figured I played this because my friends told me the Zombies Chronicles came out, and I was like, okay, I'll give that a shot. Oh man, that was the best $60 I ever paid for, because you not only just get the base game, but I also got all the DLC maps, the remakes, the new maps. It was pretty good. I really love the running, the sliding mechanic, but also you can run, slide, jump, hop, and run at the same time. I really enjoyed that. But my biggest downfall would be the starting map that you get. I did not like it. It was my first time ever used the Gum system, so it took me a long time to figure all this out. But other than that, I think just Zombies alone, it was great. I really enjoyed it. But multiplayer, I did not care for. Not at all. I think I played it like twice. I never gave it a chance ever again. So, my standpoint on this, forgot campaign. There's no campaign. I'm not even gonna talk about it. It was bad. B tier. B tier. Just because zombies looked up. Call of Ghost. I'm not even gonna talk about that. All right, Modern Warfare 2019. Oh man, this is actually the first game I've ever pre-ordered. I never pre-ordered a game, mostly because the beta came out on PS4. And oh my goodness, I had such a great time. Gunfight, man, that was like the best thing I think I've played in a video game all year. Gunfight, seeing Ground War come together. This is coming from a Battlefield fan, and just seeing like the innovations, the animations, the map design, the graphics look so good. I was just having a blast. The campaign was really good. It did feel like a generic, shoot 'em up shooter, but it definitely brought more real life sections to it, which I really enjoyed. The Spec Ops was terrible. I couldn't even play it on my PS4 at all. It was just that buggy. When I played it when I got it for my PC, however, it still wasn't fun. You just get killed no matter what. I found the game mode that I played the most was probably Infected and Ground War. I spent a lot of time on those two modes, but other than that, I really just didn't care about anything else. Warzone, that came out following up to this. It was fun when it first came out. After that, I just never cared anymore. But I think the biggest problem with this game will have to be, yeah, just all the bugs and the holy crap, the almost 200 gigabyte download nearly killed my PS4. So other than that, I'll just have to say A tier. I really was surprised about this one. Modern Warfare 3. Oh man, Modern Warfare 3. Modern Warfare 3 will probably have to be. I don't think it was good as Modern Warfare 2, but it definitely had a better Spec Ops. I recently played it the other day. Campaign wasn't as great as the second one, but the Spec Ops, they definitely fixed a lot of stuff. The star system, the timing, the right amount of AI bad guys. The guns were much more. I felt much more easier to use, but I think when it first came out, I remember when I put it in my PS3 for the first time. Man, it looked just like MW2, but like more brighter. Like the contrast and the brightness just seemed to be turned all the way up. It didn't really look that much different, to be honest, and it played just the same. But I really enjoyed Survival. That was my favorite mode to play. And Spec Ops, that's mostly what I wanted for Spec Ops. Campaign was a good trilogy to end on MW3, but all I cared about was Spec Ops, in my opinion. So I have to give this a B tier. Call of Duty World War II. Yeah. Now Black Ops. Okay. Black Ops, when it came out in 2010, I think I was in middle school when this came out, and my gosh, I remember every single one of my friends had this game, and we played this game so much, and did a lot of, because like the thing about my friends that we all game, but we all don't have like a gaming background. Some of us don't, but this game is what really brought us together. We played a lot of Sticks and Stones, played a lot of One the Chamber. I remember we used to make fun of each other for like, let's just not create a class and just see how far we can go with the stock stuff, just improve our skills. Sometimes we just run all the same guns and setups. The campaign was amazing. Really blew my mind how like innovative, deep video games went during that era. Zombies. Zombies. So even if the multiplayer was so good, zombies like really pushed the boundary for this. Man, I remember I used to stay up all night, play with my cousins, see how far we can get, and just learning about the Easter eggs was like, it really blew my mind about it. So I think, in my opinion, S tier. BO4. I don't, to be honest, the only reason I bought this game was because my friend said Blackout was good, and I was a fan of Apex Legends when it came out, and I loved the BR series in PUBG, and then I heard that 4 was doing that, and obviously I wanted the zombie games. Played zombies, did not like it at all. It wasn't as good as 3. Blackout didn't even work for me half the time. And if it did, you get wrecked just like that. So, I'm straight D tier. It was just horrible for me. Modern Warfare 2, I remember the campaign was like something I always loved. Like, they were doing some really good storytelling. I was like, wow, it's really good. I really love the feature. I think this is the only game that did this, where when you get shot, you can see like realistic blood splatter around your screen. Like, it felt kind of immersive. I really enjoyed Spec Ops. We'll stay up all night, see how many stars we can get. I remember the Juggernaut being the scariest thing ever. It was my first time ever learning about different weapons and like different factions. You know, Army Rangers. I didn't even know other Rangers existed until this game. I only knew about the Marines, Air Force, regular Army. I didn't know any of that. So this game has definitely taught me a lot. So I'll have to put this a straight S tier. Man, I can still go back and have a good time playing it. So I think most of my rankings is, yeah, it's kind of like nostalgia boner, but at the same time, it's like, can I go back and play Infinite Warfare? Yeah, I could, but it's just, I don't, there's not much content with some of these. But then, like, the more tier you can go, you realize, oh, there's more content. You know, there's more you can do in these games. And remember, BO1 and NW2 fulfilled that. Each mode, you know, whether it be the campaign, the multiplayer, or whatever their option was, either Spec Ops or Zombies. Those were great. I recently just played Cold War, and I have to say, yeah, it really did feel rushed. I think me and my brother beat the campaign in like 4 or 5 hours. I think it was okay. It wasn't as spectacular as BO1. It did make me feel uncomfortable sometimes, especially the scene where you had to go through like the hallway. It reminded me of the PT trailer, no teaser, teaser. Oh my gosh, I was pretty uncomfortable, but it was pretty good to see that. Zombies was pretty good. I think it was. At first I didn't like not having like a starting pistol like you normally do in other games. Like, but it is kind of nice to see something different. But you know, they only have one map at recording this time, so it's not really that great. But yeah, I honestly, if I know Cold War's not on here, but if I would have put it on here, I'm between A and B. I think what's killing it for me is the multiplayer. It's not that great. I played more Prop Hunt than anything else. Sad as that is. I first had to give Cold War a B. I wasn't as hyped about it compared to Modern Warfare. I mean, it's nice that we got a Call of Duty game for 2020, but I just didn't like it as much. So yeah, those are my ratings for 2021. I don't know what the new game's going to be like for this year, but we shall find out. Goodbye.